Good morning, Internet. So, today I'm going to talk about zero-waste lifestyles. What's a zero-waste lifestyle? A lifestyle in which you produce zero waste, as the name says. Now, of course, you don't actually produce no waste. That's physically impossible. And yes, I know those pictures of little glass jars with almost nothing in it make it seem very hard to achieve. But in reality, it's actually a lot easier. A zero-waste lifestyle is based on 5 principles: refuse, reduce, recycle, reuse, and rot. So, step 1, refuse. Do you need it? If not, don't buy it. Boom! You've refused. Step 2, reduce. If you do need something, how much of it do you need? Like, think. Do you really need 2 tubs of ice cream? Yes, ice cream is amazing, but do you really need that extra pollution? Or, if you're getting your favorite iced coffee, maybe only buy the small version. Step 3, reuse. Don't just throw everything away once you've stopped using it for its original purpose. There are many, many, many ways to use different materials for various tasks. I mean, just look at all these examples. And finally, 5th, rot. Rot basically means, see that apple core you have there? Does it really need to go in the trash? Or can some worms use it in a composting piles? Yes, they can. And that's the purpose of rot. Natural, organic materials don't need to be thrown away. They can just compost or decompose naturally. So, I just threw a lot of information at you. Basically, you can recycle every single type of plastic except for number 3, 7, and 6, as you can see in the following graph. So, there are 7 types of plastic. What are they? Let me tell you. First up, we have PET. This stuff, it's rather light. In this case not, because there's water in here. But if this was empty, it would be quite light and very malleable. This is the stuff you usually find in water bottles and other easily bendable plastics. Then, secondly, we have HDPE. Now, this is quite similar to PE, but it's quite a bit harder. And this you'll usually find in milk tubs and other similar plastics. Then you get PVC, which is very hard and usually used in pipes and stuff. I don't have any on me right now, but here's a picture. You get LDPE. This stuff is very light and easily breakable, and like this type of cling wrap. It's very easy to break, and it's also quite common. Now, 5th, we have PP, which, yes, sounds funny, but it's also very common. It's the stuff ice cream tubs are made of, and other packaging like butter containers. Now, this stuff is usually pretty hard and not very easily breakable. It's also quite sturdy. And 7th, we have ABS. This is the type of stuff that food containers, your veggies usually come in, like this. It's usually see-through, likes to stay in place if you squeeze it, but it's also very easy to get back into shape. And this stuff is also very common. Now, you might say, okay, Oscar, good to know, but, I already knew most of that, and I recycle daily. But, are you doing it correctly? Because there are some rather common recycling mistakes. Here are 6 of them. 1. Throwing away stuff covered in food. If you throw away a container that still has food in it, it can't be recycled. So wash that stuff out. This includes tin cans, water bottles that well, that's something in them other than water, and that sort of stuff. So wash out your food containers before you throw them in the recycling. 2, toys. So if you have a little brother or sister, you might be tempted, because they're getting really annoying, to throw out that toy they're bugging you with. But don't, because those can't be recycled. Because, you know, the plastics are too complex, and there are different types of plastic in a single toy, and yada yada yada. Just don't do it. Or don't throw them in the recycling, at least. Just throw them out normally. 3, coffee cups. We all love coffee, but those disposable coffee cups you get, can't recycle those. Why? Because there's a very thin layer of plastic that makes the whole thing waterproof, and that's why you can't recycle them. Because you would just mix the paper with the plastic, which you can't do. So just get yourself a reusable coffee cup. They aren't that expensive, and you can use it for many, many, many years if you are careful. If you aren't, then you can't. Number 4. Now, 2 items people think are usually recyclable aren't, namely chips bags and tissues. Please stop throwing tissues in the recycling. They cannot be recycled because your boogers on there. Can't make more paper out of boogers, I'm afraid. And chips have that light aluminium layer in them, which is also why you can't recycle those. So stop throwing those in the plastic recycling, please. Please. It doesn't help. 5th, if you put a lot of recycled stuff in a plastic bag and then throw that in a recycling bin, that stuff will end up in a landfill. So just put your recyclable items into a recycling bin individually and not in a plastic bag. Because if a garbage collection person sees that, that stuff is heading straight to a landfill. And number 6, don't throw out old clothes. Just sell them. If they're like really super beyond repair broken, fine, throw them out. But otherwise, donate them, sell them, but don't throw them away. It's a waste of resources, and someone could really use that old t-shirt of yours or the jacket in winter. So just sell/donate them. And if you sell them, you make a quick buck, which isn't that bad either. So please, don't. So, guess whose camera ran out of battery? Anyway, ignoring the complete change of location, time, and clothing, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and share it with your friends. Otherwise, the Earth's going to turn into WALL-E. Not like a giant robot, more the whole covered in trash bit. So yeah, share it. And I hope you learned something. Don't forget to be awesome.